guys, it's Lucy. So today we're doing something a little bit different. We're doing the last 10 books tag, and I haven't done like a tag like this, I think, since the beginning of this channel. I don't even know if people still do these. It feels so like 2016 to do something like this, but I wanted to do it just because I really wanted to do like a kind of normal length video while I'm working on some of my longer videos. So yeah, we're just gonna do this and see how it goes. I feel so weird doing this, but it's okay. I don't know why. It's not like 2016, you know, it has to gatekeep book tags. So it just feels very like old for booktube, but that's okay. Okay, so the first question, you are mega stuck, which means you're gonna bite me. I'm sorry. Okay, so the first question is the last book I DNF'd, so I did not finish. The last book I DNF'd was, so I've DNF'd a lot of them like temporarily in the past like month or two because I was in a massive slump and then I found something better to read that helped. But the last book that I think that I officially DNF'd and I'm not going back to was Beach Read by Emily Henry. And I'll talk about that at some point probably, but I'm not going to get into why right now, but I am not going to read it, so yeah. The last book I reread, I thought it was Deep Secret by Diana Wynne Jones, which is an amazing book, but I think it was actually The Metamorphosis by Kafka, which is also a really good book. But for some reason, every time I read it, I feel like information about it just leaves my head. So I actually completely forgot that I reread it. But yeah, it's also amazing. I just don't know what my problem is. Like, the book just does not stay in my brain. I don't know why, but yeah. Okay, then the last book I bought was probably the Singer trilogy, and I'll put it here because I don't remember who wrote it. I bought that, the Dun Cow, and this book. Again, putting it all up here because I don't remember who wrote it, and I know I just said the Dun Cow thing wrong. There's more to the title than that. These are all like Christian fantasy books, and I'm really excited about them because I find, well, the Dun Cow kind of isn't actually. I think it's more like, the Dun Cow is like really similar to like Animal Farm and Watership Down as far as I know. I started reading it yesterday, but the other two are like fantasy, and I finally figured out like how to find Christian books that I actually like, because I realized I have a very specific reading taste and that I should just be looking for Christian books that fit that reading taste. Crazy concept, I know. So I found like a few that I really genuinely am excited about. And the next question is the last book I said I read but didn't, and I don't think I've ever done that in my entire life. I don't think I've ever claimed to have read a book that I didn't read. Sometimes I'm a know-it-all about books that I haven't read, not on here, but just in general. Like, I'll like watch like a video essay and feel like I know everything, so I've done that before, but I don't think I've ever said that I read something that I didn't. I maybe like, again, also like I'll sometimes be a know-it-all about something that I've read like half of, but even then I don't think I've done that. Like, I don't even remember when I've done that, so like I don't know. But no, I've never done that before. Like, I have read everything I said that I have on this channel. The last book I wrote in the margins of, I totally just forgot. I knew what it was, then I forgot. Well, okay, so I've been reading on a lot of ebooks recently. So I 100% did that, where I left notes for myself on the Hind's Feet on High Places, which is an amazing book that I just finished like a couple days ago. But like, other than that, like in a physical book, I don't know. I don't think I have this year. Actually, I mean, I may have with Enchanted Glass, but I was trying really hard not to do that because I already annotated the book like a couple years ago. So I don't really remember. I genuinely don't know what the last time was that I did that. I don't even think I did with Deep Secret either, because again, I read most of it on my phone. So I don't remember. Yeah, maybe something last year then, because I have no idea. But yeah, I do that a lot. I don't really mind writing in the margins of books, depending on what it is. I would have done that with the, did I do that with the Bell Jar? I don't think I did that with the Bell Jar, but I did annotate the whole like ebook, and I 100% would have annotated the physical book if I was like reading it consistently, but I just wasn't, so yeah. Last book you had signed. So I think the last autographed book that I got was either Finding Chica by Mitch Albom, or it was Black Marie by Diana Wynne Jones. And those Diana Wynne, gosh, like getting a signed book from Diana Wynne Jones, like pride and joy. And especially Black Marie, because they don't, the name of it is Aunt Marie. Blu-ray, I think, now. So it's an older copy as well, with an older cover and a completely different title than like what it is now, which is crazy. But the only book I actually got signed at a physical signing that I went to was Nexus and Zenith by Lindsay Cummings and Sasha Alsberg. And I went to the book signing back in like, I think it was like 2019 or 18. I was super obnoxious during like my recording of that video, so I'm pretty sure it's not on the channel anymore. But yeah, it was just like, that was a cool signing. That was the first signing I've ever been to, the only signing I've ever been to, and it was really amazing. And they were so sweet, which was really cool. The last book that I lost, I don't really lose books that often. Like, there's a lot that are like misplaced currently because I moved, but I know they're not like missing. They're somewhere around here. I think like my sword art book is missing, and I would like to potentially read that at some point because I didn't like it that much, but I want to read it, try it again. I'll talk about it in a second, which actually I'll just go into it now. The next one is The Lost Book You Had to Replace, and that was The Fault in Our Stars by John Green, because I lent it to my ex-friend and she lost it. So that was technically like probably the last book I lost because she lost it, and then I, you know, had to replace it. But that was like 10 years ago. I mean, I also lent another book to a friend who ended up, I think, just getting rid of it because we stopped talking for a little while. But like with that, like it was even just like whatever. Like The Fault in Our Stars was so much more important to me. And I shouldn't have lent it to anyone because it was such a, like, that copy in particular was really special to me, and I really should have been more careful with it, but I wasn't. So last book I had an argument over. I can't remember the last time I actually had an argument about a specific book, because I fight with people online all the time, but I like don't remember the last time I actually fought with someone over a specific book. Like, I just can't, like, I don't know. But the last time I did fight with someone a little bit about books in general online was about how I really hate when people, if someone doesn't enjoy a book, I really hate when other people insult their intelligence because of it. Like, they'll be like, oh, so you didn't understand it then, that's why you didn't like it. And I hate when people do that. So I think that was the last like fight I kind of got into with someone, or just a little heated, just saying like, let's not be stupid about that. Also, the last time I fought with someone, and I didn't fight, I don't think, but the last time I like commented on something that was similar to that was when this girl, she's like, she's like, I'm never gonna read a male author because they don't have anything good to say. And I'm like, okay, good for you. Like, that's such a stupid take. Like, if you want to do that, fine, that's your reading journey, you can do whatever you want. But I'm like, what about Kafka? Like, you can't not read Kafka. Like, I'm like, I don't know, I'm like, and like Watership Down was like my favorite book this year, so I'm just like, that seems, it's so limited. Like, I think I've read a majority women authors anyway, but just kind of on accident. Like, it's not like I did that completely on purpose. I think partially because I've read a lot of fantasy, or some fantasy anyway, and I do tend to like, I think, when women write fantasy a little better than when men do, because as far as like my experience with, like, I didn't love Brandon Sanderson's book, the one that I read, it wasn't like even a very popular one, so it's probably not the best example to go off of, but like I get the vibe, and this isn't for everyone obviously, because gender doesn't like mean that like you write something in a certain way. Like, it doesn't, you write what you want to write regardless of gender. That being said, I think a lot of mainstream male authors have really focused heavily on world building, which is fine. I just don't really, I need to like really like the characters before I care about the world building and the magic systems and stuff. And I feel like some of the like mainstream male authors have made their books a little dense in regards to world building, so that's probably like the only reason I haven't read them a lot. That, and I just love Diana Wynne Jones, and I've primarily read like her books. I've read like 13 of them in the past like few years, which is a lot for me. I've never read an author that consistently before, so like I think that's just like the main reason why I haven't read as many male authors. But that's definitely been changing over the past 2 years, and again, none of it was on purpose. It's just whatever I want to read. So like, I just think you should just read what you want and not care. But yeah, that was like kind of the last like thing I got annoyed by, but it wasn't so much about a specific book. And the last book you couldn't get a hold of. So I do own a physical copy. Oh crap, my mom's here, one second.
I see you at the movies. I see you with your lipstick on.
Sorry, my mom needed to drop off peanut butter bread. Anyway, wow, this was a better angle I could have used for the whole video. Oops. The last book that I couldn't get a hold of was probably Edible Woman by Margaret Atwood, and I do own a physical copy of it, but I cannot get it on Kindle for some reason, and it's really frustrating because I can only read on my Kindle right now pretty much, because I've been with like my baby sisters so much, and it's like hard to hold a book with one hand in the dark with like a light and not wake a baby up. So I've been using my Kindle, which by the way, isn't this amazing? I made the whole wallpaper myself on it, and I think it's beautiful. So I've been only reading pretty much on my Kindle recently, and I want to read Edible Woman so bad, like for months. I cannot even tell you how badly I want to read it, but I have the physical book and I just cannot get it on anything. I checked like other apps as well, and it's just the copyright is weird, I guess. So, but yeah, don't bite me. That is my last 10 book tag. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know the answers to some of yours down below, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!